Hello Year 3 and 4. I will be looking at your spellings this week. Your spellings are split up for Year 3 and Year 4. I will start off by talking about the Year 3 spellings and then the video will go on to Year 4 spellings. You only need to practice your year group spellings, so if you are Year 4, forward through the video till you are at the Year 4 spellings. Year 3. These are your spellings down the side here. You have gardener, gardening, limited, so when you limit something you shorten it, or limiting. You have offering, so if you are giving something you offer them, and in the past tense offered. The word benefited, so you get something from it, you benefit. And in the past tense benefited, in the present tense benefiting. And to focus, when you're really looking at something hard, you are focused in the past tense or in the present tense, focusing. Now with all of these words, they have something called a suffix on the end of it, okay? So the word gardener has the root word garden, and the suffix er. Now, in school, we've talked about things that you put at the beginning of a word and things you put at the end of the word. The one we put before the word is a prefix. I always think of preschool as before school. A prefix is before the word. But the one we put at the end is called a suffix. It could be it could be in, or ed, is. But the normal word without a prefix or without a suffix is called a root word. So for each of these words we have a root word, a basic word, and then we add a suffix on. So what I would like you to do for your words is to write the root word with an arrow with one version and an arrow to the other version. So you might have garden, gardening, gardener. And you can do that for all of the words. When we add on the suffix with the words I've chosen for you today, you do not need to change the root word at all. Sometimes you do. Words like hit, if I were to write hitting, I would put another T. But the words to this week are nice and simple. You do not have to change them at all. And that is because they are more than one syllable, which means how many sounds they've how many claps they've got, how many beats they've got. So garden, limit, offer, benefit, focus. And that means if they're more than one syllable, we have to change it. But they also cannot be stressed at the end, which means the ones that you sound out for longer. So author, I stressed the bit at the beginning. Limit, I stressed the E sound, the I. Benefit, I stress that E. Okay? And the other thing, it has to have a vowel and a consonant at the end. So not two vowels and not two consonants. Okay? So all you need to remember is that these words here, we do not change when we add on the suffix. And your task is to put the root word with an arrow with one version and an arrow with the other version. Okay, moving on to Year 4 spellings. Year 4 spellings, you're focusing on something called a homophone. And a homophone is when you have two words that sound exactly the same. So things like cereal and cereal, check and check, through and through, draft and draft, stairs and stairs. They sound exactly the same, but they have two different meanings and they have two different spellings. That's hard. Your task today is to write every single word and draw a little picture next to it. If it's really hard to think of a drawing, you could write what it means. So I've put a few pictures to help you. and that will help you with your spelling of which one's which. Because when people do their writing, especially in year 4, sometimes people put the wrong spelling for the wrong word. So they might mean cereal that they have for breakfast. However, they use this spelling here. They use the wrong cereal. This one means what you eat for breakfast, or some people do. And this one means that you do it again and again and again. Okay, we've got check and check. This one is how we pay money, and you write a little check. However, if you are checking your answers in a spelling test and you tick them right or wrong, you use this check here. So how would you draw a picture of that? Through. Now, if I'm going through something, so I might be going through a tunnel or through a doorway, I will use this one. And the reason it's red is because it is a year 3/4 spelling that we need to make sure you definitely know how to spell. And it's got that oo sound with the O-U-G-H, okay, which makes it a little bit hard. However, this one underneath is quite easy. It's got the oo sound, E-W. And I've put this picture here because it is the past tense of throwing a ball. So you've got throw, but the past tense is threw. She threw the ball. And a lot of people get these two confused. One's underneath, a draft and a draft. The first one is if you are writing something but you haven't done it in your best handwriting, or it's not the final copy, you are writing a draft. Sometimes I use this in an email. If I haven't quite finished an email, it'll go into a draft folder. Okay? However, the one underneath is if they're, have you ever been in a room and you feel a little bit chilly because there's a really cold bit of air coming through maybe a gap in the window or a gap in the door, you would say there is a draft. Okay, so there is a bit of cold air coming through somewhere. And the last one of yours is stares and stares. If I'm staring at someone, maybe they're doing something wrong, or maybe I'm interested in what they're doing, I use this first one. It comes from the root word stare, and the suffix is one letter on the end of S. Stares. So she stares at the boy. Or the word stairs, like you've got in your house maybe, and I've put a picture there. So year 4, your task today is to draw a picture and write the word underneath. It would be good to practice these throughout the week, and maybe you could ask someone at home to test you at the end of the week. Okay, enjoy, and I hope you get on really well. Any questions, just ask your teacher.